In 2016, when I began making music, I knew that I wanted to invest in different types of music gear to get started with. And the first real purchase that I made was going to Guitar Center and buying my first ever MIDI keyboard. I still remember it was a hot August day. I was with my artist who I began with, and we were only about a month into music making. And the closest Guitar Center store is about an hour and a half away, so it was quite the drive to get there. But I remember, once we got there, we had already done some background research on what we were looking for. And I was a fan of M Audio, so we ended up purchasing and splitting the cost on a keyboard called the M Audio Oxygen 49. From there, I remember, trying to decide who was gonna keep the keyboard at their place. And at the time, he was in college with another one of our friends. So initially we had it in their dorm room. I can still remember going probably in September and October of that year to their small dorm room on the desk, and I had the keyboard and I would bring my laptop to plug in. And I remember making some of my first ever beats using that keyboard and my laptop in the dorm room, and it was probably 100 degrees. They had a little fan on the window, and that was about all they had. They had to keep the door open to keep the air flowing through. So not the most ideal place to make beats at, especially when, you're starting out and you're trying to get through, the difficult struggles of learning your DAW and just learning how to be good at music in general. There came a time, however, probably a few months after that, where I wasn't going to their dorm room as much because I didn't have the time to do so. So I remember, making the decision to have the keyboard stay with me, so I moved it to my place where it has been now for the last 7 years. And I just put it in my room on my desk and just began, utilizing it for production pretty much on a daily basis. When I look back on that memory, I always consider that as my first real investment in my music career. I didn't necessarily buy my laptop to make music on. I bought it for college at the time. So when I got the keyboard, it was me saying, this is exactly what I want to do. I want to make music. So every time I even see the keyboard now in my room, even when I'm having a bad day or something, I can look at that memory and just understand that, back then I took that chance to, bet on myself and really chase something that not a lot of people believe in or would chase themselves. So it always, gives me that hope to continue on, and, it's just a great memory to relive as well.